Hello, and welcome to the third episode of Can I Become Kantos Champion as ex-gym leader. Today I'll be playing as the American Thunder, Lt.Surge. As you saw, I already had a save file like nearing the end. I wasn't happy with the run. I have a cheat where white encounters are turned off, and I didn't realize that sometimes it's weird. I forgot to turn it off in a specific gym battle. I forgot which one, but I forgot to turn it off in a gym battle, and I later realized that if they are paralyzed specifically, it didn't seem to work with other statuses, but if they are paralyzed specifically, they can't attack, so they will always be unable to move. So I decided to excuse me, my lung is a bit weird today. Maybe because I'm smoking too much. It is what it is. But yeah, so I decided to just restart the whole run. It didn't even affect the video, I still have the recording, but I decided to restart the run. For the starter, basically the teams, I tried to use their Kanto teams. If it's not enough or there's too many duplicates, I decide to go with the rematch teams. If it's still not enough, I go with the Yoto teams. If it's still not enough, I look at the Let's Go teams. If there's still too many duplicates, or if it's only like 4 Pokemon, right? I decide to what's it called? I basically mix and match to see a team without duplicates that has 6 members without straying too far from Kanto, right? So I try not to use black and white. Well, I don't think you can, but my point is I try not to use Höhenmons, I try not to use any mons except for Kanto if possible. If not, I put in Yoto. That's why I have a Lantern. I was thinking about going with Electabuzz as my starter, but then I wouldn't be able to get a Lantern. Or, well, technically I would, but it would be too much work, too much of a hassle. So I just decided to use Lantern as my starter, but I tried to use him as little as possible. Anything else I need to mention? Let me think. Yeah, if you're like, well, it would have been nicer with Electabuzz, right? Then the run would have been 5 members only. It would have still been possible. Just a bit more annoying, I guess. And the downside of not using Electabuzz as my starter is he doesn't have elemental punches. He only has Thunder Punch, but you replace it with Thunderbolt later anyways because of physical special split. Also, I found out something funny later, but I decided to only use it once. Yeah, well, everyone knows this, I just always forget. Because there's no physical special split, right? Electabuzz learns or can learn Psychic. So when there's a tanky enemy, I use Brick Break, but I could have just gone with Psychic because in Kanto, the defensive mons, the physical mons at least, like Onix, Rhyhorn, you know, their special defense is pretty ass. So Psychic one-shots them. But I decided to not use it for some reason. I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. But this run was, funnily enough, harder than I would have thought. Especially this time around. The first time I beat Misty on my second try. This time around, it took me, like, as you can see, it took me like 5, I think, or 6 tries. So that was interesting. Elite 4, funnily enough. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, let's just watch. I didn't even pay attention to what was on screen. But yeah, Brock, obviously because of Lantern, It's not a lantern yet, but I just call it a lantern. Very easy. But even with a Pikachu, right? What's it called? There's a move that's decent enough. And if you use Electabuzz as your starter, then you have access to... I think... I don't even know what... You have Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, I know those for sure. I don't know what else. But worst case scenario, you can always like struggle. Leer, right? You can do it, it just takes time, basically. Think of it kind of like when you use a Butterfree, where Butterfree can solo Brock. You just need to reset until you don't get hit by a Rock Tomb, and then you win. If you get hit by a Rock Tomb, you lose. If you don't get hit by a Rock Tomb, you win. Anything else? Yeah, Lt.Surge against Lt.Surge. You can paralyze in Gen 3. Or I can't remember if you can in Emerald, but you can in the Kanto games. But yeah, he goes down. You just need to... It might take you 2 tries, it might take you 3 tries, but it's very easily doable. However, the next gym leader is actually very hard. Very, very hard for this team. Oh yeah, in the first run I also forgot to pick up a Jolteon for some reason. And then Jolteon learns Pin Missile at level 33. But Erika's cap is level 29. I pick up, before Rock Tunnel, I pick up a Voltorb. I call him Ball, because he's round and he's a ball. This time around I do remember to pick up Jolteon. Call him Ad. Yeah, this gym fight, very hard for this team. Look, I tried many times. There's 2 ways I can win. The first way is just get like 2 crits. If I get rid of the first 2 mons, I win by default because I just chip her down, right? You will win. Or get lucky with Paralyze, then you also win. I think Vileplume needs to stay stunned for 2 turns, and then you will be able to take her out. The second way, which is what I did, because I just, like I said, I wanted to redo the whole run, so I was very tired. I still am very tired. I'm gonna go hopefully to sleep soon. But yeah, so I did decide, as you will see, I picked up Ice Beam. Oh yeah, sorry, there's a third way, which is skip Erika, because you can beat Koga under level, which I did a lot of stuff under leveled in the last video as Misty. But basically, I could just skip Erika, do other stuff, then come back and beat her ass, either with more team members or just better access to moves. But again, I wanted to get this done, so I decided, you know what, I'll accept defeat. Basically, I beat her, right? But I accept defeat personally. I had to use Ice Beam, I had to pick up Ice Beam. But then of course you could also argue the game gives you access to those TMs specifically in this city. Like Flamethrower, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, I think it's Iron Tail, Shadow Ball. Did I forget something? Flamethrower, yeah. And then, of course, you can also buy Dig, Brick Break, you know, those moves. Or you could... What I could also have done is... No, but none of my team can learn Psychic, right? Electabuzz can learn Psychic. I forgot to... No, I can't remember. I did check, but I can't remember if anyone else can learn Psychic. But anyways, or you can go to the... what's it? Fuchsia, I think? And pick up Psychic. there's a lot of stuff you can do, right? So I just decided, okay, fuck it, this is taking too long. I already did this. I already have like a recorded video that's like 40 minutes long. IRL time, it took 2 hours, 3 hours. But yeah, I decided I accept defeat. I'm gonna get Ice Beam. I still got smacked, funnily enough, but yeah, there you can see it. I picked up Ice Beam. I get paralyzed. Ice Beam doesn't do enough because I don't do in these videos, right? I never mess with IVs and EVs. That's not to say I put them all at 0. It's just whatever I get is what I get. So if my IVs are all at 0, it is what it is. If they're all at 31, nice, okay? EVs, I just battle how I think, not always, but how I think is smart. Sometimes I just hit button. But yeah, so I'm not, excuse me, I'm not, she finally goes down. I'm not, what's it called? I'm not leveling against specific mons to level my attack and speed or special or defense, right? I don't do that. I just whatever happens basically. Yeah, Kangeshkan is a monster. I don't have double kick yet. I don't have pin missile. Pin missile wouldn't help against Giovanni, but still. He goes down though. Ball comes in clutch. Next up, rival. Thunderbolt, boom. Thunderbolt, boom. Thunderbolt does a lot, but not enough. I get put to sleep. Oh yeah, remember how, if you watch the other videos, how unlucky I always get when I get put to sleep, like for how many turns I'm asleep. With this team, my paralyze, I actually got very lucky with my paralyze flinches, hexes, whatever you want to call them. Koga actually takes down my lantern, so I call out Chibi to clean up the rest, which is one mon. I pick up a Magnemite, so now that I can use Surf, I can pick up Magnemite and Electabuzz. So now the team is complete. I still need my Flyer, but the team, I caught the whole team, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Electabuzz. I wanted to call him Fuzzy, but then I decided Mr. Fuzz. And I don't like how Ball is looking at me in the sprite. Yeah, when he does that. When he raises his eyebrows. Are they drawn on, by the way? Why can't they move? Looks so bizarre. I like his Suian Elector. What's his name? Electrode. Yeah, Electrode. That's his name, right? I'm so tired, man. Anyways, rival. I still don't understand why he fights you in this spot. It's so weird. Even if it's like, oh, let me check if you're strong enough, right? Why don't you? Why is this not the double battle? Like, why aren't we working together to take this man down? What is happening? It's weird. Anyways, yeah, I didn't bring my Electabuzz with me. Otherwise, I would have just used Psychic. Sabrina's next. Pin Missile should sweep a whole team, honestly. Let's see how this goes. Venomoth, I should use Shockwave. Yeah, I don't know why I use Pin Missile. Just Brain Fog, I guess. And Alakazam goes down. Next up, Blaine, right? Yeah, Blaine. Here, for example, I try not to use Lantern because obviously Surf would just destroy his whole team. But that does a lot. And then Chibi comes out. Strength does an insane amount of damage. Thunderbolt cleans up the Arcanine, my favorite Kanto Pokemon. Giovanni, last gym leader, and then it's only the Elite 5. Right. The rival fight and Elite 4 champion fight. Again, as you can see, I play a bit stupid, but basically I try not to use Lantern, right? And his I didn't know what to do against Rollout, which was funny. I tried not to use Lantern, but I decided it mid-fight. So that's why I played so weird, right? Because I didn't want to restart. Here you can see I use Brick Break, it doesn't kill. if you want to say, for example, oh, I shouldn't have used Lantern, right? If I went for Psychic, it would have killed every single time. I don't know what I'm doing here. But yeah, Psychic would have killed every single time, but I didn't want to reset the fight. I just decided, okay, in the fight, I don't want to use Lantern. Let me just go with this. But if I would have used Psychic, Lantern wouldn't even have come to play. So I would have won either way. I don't use calculators, but you could throw that in the Pokemon calculator and you would see Gen 3 specifically, because physical special split, right? He would die every single time. Rival goes down and Elite Four, and then we're done. So Lorelei, finally I'm allowed to use a team that destroys her. I played a bit bad. Obviously Shockwave is the correct choice up till this point. Here I should have swapped. There was no need for Jolteon to go down. Absolutely no need. But it's fine. Okay. That's Lorelei or Lorelei down. Next up Bruno. He gave me way more trouble than he should have. What I should have just done, again, you see me go for Brick Break because, you know, oh, it's super effective. No. Just use Psychic. Onyx dies every single time. Same with the Rhyhorn. Psychic takes him out every single time. So basically I try to play nice, right? I try to play by the rules. But the rules without physical special split is stupid. I should just go for Psychic. It destroys his whole team. So let's see how this goes. I go for Brick Break again. Mistake. Don't do that. Just use Restart. Just use Psychic. Restart. I thought I had Levitate. I don't. I have Sturdy. Wait, I think it's still the bad Sturdy, right? Where you can't get hit by one-hit KO moves. Not you survive one hit from full to one. I tried to see how much strength does. It's way too little. Oh, also I could have... I only realized this at the end. Lt.Surge uses a Poliwrath, but he also uses Victory Bell and Dodrio in Pokemon Stadium. So I could have swapped out Lantern for Poliwrath. But at the same time, in a lot of his teams he uses a Lantern. Except for Kanto, obviously, because in the first generation Lantern didn't exist. But he uses Lantern in almost all of his teams. So I just decided I'm just gonna use Lantern as a starter. Anyways, Agatha is next. Yeah, Bruno gave me way too much trouble because I refused to use Psychic. I don't know why. Same here. I should just go for Shockwaves and then bring out Mr. Fuzz and go for Psychics. Look at how much damage this is. Psychic is so busted in this game. It's so strong. Chibi cleans up. Next up, Lance. I also, you noticed this probably, but I don't bring elixirs with me. I don't pick them up, I don't buy them. Sometimes I pick them up, but I like almost never use them. So I'm actually gonna run very, very low on, what's it called? Thunderbolt. I also make a big misplay. I wanted to... Let's see. He gets the Omni Boost, but I get the burn, luckily. He gets another Omni Boost. Like, how insane is that? Ancient Power back-to-back Omni Boost. Brother. Now it's time for me to get lucky, is what I like to say. Anyways. Charizard takes out How, though. I bring out Ball. I wanted to go for Rollout. I clicked on Spark, so at that point I'm like, okay, let me just go for Spark again. But yeah, because of his Rhydon, I wanted to ramp up a Rollout, but it was at first it was a misclick, and then it wasn't worth it anymore. Again, I should have gone for Psychic. Psychic would have destroyed him. But I decided to stay in the game. Go for Strength, does nothing. Go for Strength, does nothing. Again, I try not to use Lantern, but then it's like, okay, it is what it is. But I get one tap by Executor. I like Executor. He's strong. Okay, second try. Spark takes out Pidgeot. Howdo goes for another Spark, but goes down. I bring out Ad. Shockwave. Brings him to the red, but I go down as well. I bring out ball. This time, do I go for rollout? I do click rollout. It's not enough. I bring out Mr. Fuzz, hopefully. I bring out Shuni, I use Surf, okay. My bad. I'm sorry. Now I bring out... I still don't bring out Mr. Fuzz. I go for Thunderbolt. Doesn't do a lot, but I get the Paralyze. He uses full restore. I go for Thunderbolt, I get the Paralyze. I don't have Thunderbolt anymore. I go for Strength, I go for Thunder Wave, I go for Strength. See how lucky I got? Like, this is insane. This is the first time I got this lucky. But if you count the fucking double Omni boost that Lance got, I think this is fair. Also, all the times where I got slapped for the whole 5 turns. I did disable the cheat, by the way, that I had on the first run. I did disable it. I literally just got lucky. Every now and then I can get lucky as well. Okay, just let me have this win. Anyway, if you still think that was too lucky, right? I could have just played it better. Let's be real. Electabuzz, Psychic takes out Rhydon, Psychic takes out... I forgot what it's called. But this team would win. Okay, I show off the team. We got Howdo, Spark, Tri-Attack, Sonic Boom, Thunder Wave. Nothing special. I could have gotten a Thunderbolt from the TM corner. Had the Jolteon, Shockwave, Pin Missile, Dig, Double Team. Could have also gotten him a Thunderbolt. Then he would have been able to take out the Charizard. But yeah, so... I don't know why I always try to like... what's it called? Explain myself or justify myself, right? It was a decent run. I don't think it was amazing. I don't think it was bad. It was okay. It is what it is. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care until the next one, and bye bye. Don't get bullied.